Hey, soldiers, you've got to get out of the cities. The cities are failing. They're not only bad for your financial well being, but the stress of living in American cities in 2023 cannot be doing anything positive for your mental state. Look, it's just out of control. The criminals have won. They own the major cities in America. It's turning into the Kurt Russell movies, Escape from New York and Escape from LA. Literally. Now, I'm going to show you a video of the streets of San Francisco. Where is Dirty Harry when you need him? Look, this is a very real situation, and in all seriousness, what you're going to see is tragic. This is an American city. I haven't seen anything of this nature depicted in any other city around the world. Look at the despair of the drug-addicted hordes on the streets of the once great San Francisco.
Mentally draining and stressful situation, but dangerous. It's just making me forget to work every day. And it's like, it's physical. Needles, people get home, this is the last thing. Excuse me, honey. Excuse me. Good morning. Excuse me.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
This is it. This is it. This is the behaviorism. Stress, anxiety, for sure. Dangers of just not even knowing if you want to make it work. It's a mess.
Would you want to work there? Would you want to own a business there or own a home there? No way. And there's this move afoot to try to convince people that, oh, these things are not going on. This is what they used to do in the Soviet Union. They used to grossly underreport crime. Because after all, this is San Francisco is a liberal paradise, right? You've got nothing but Democrats running the place. They had the defund the police movement. California has had all of these movements at decriminalization. And so it has resulted in a situation where a woman, you heard her walking down the street, she's filming as she goes. She's saying she's just trying to get to work, and look at what she has to traverse in order to get there. We've lost, okay? The cities are lost. Get yourself a job where you can work remotely, and as long as you got an internet connection, hell, you can hook up Elon Musk's internet service where you don't even really need a phone line. You just need a view of outer space, and you can sit there and do all the work you want till your heart's content in a safe environment. It doesn't get any better on the East Coast. Right here in Baltimore, believe it or not, the city came out and they issued this report saying, these are the places in the city where you are most likely to be carjacked. All right. Carjacking was a federal crime at one point. It still is, but is it being enforced? There's no way it can be. Not in Baltimore City. Listen, I got a friend who has a hot car. I mean, this car it's a BMW. It's like top of the line sports model. Lovely vehicle, okay? You know me. I just admire from afar. I don't actually buy these vehicles. This individual is wealthy. He can afford it. He's got his dream car, and it's beautiful. And we were talking the other day, and he said, "Yeah, I drove down into Baltimore City." I said, "Are you out of your daggone mind? You drove where?" Okay. Luckily, nothing occurred. Okay. So, Baltimore City is experiencing a 166% rise in juvenile auto thefts this year. Now, over here in Maryland, we're with the decriminalization also. Kids can go out, steal cars, hit you upside the head, do whatever the hell they want, and they just take them home to mommy and daddy or mommy, okay, or maybe an empty house. But what they don't do is arrest them, okay? This young scholar, you gotta understand, there was all this types of oppression in the past, and this kid, if he hits you upside the head, maybe you deserved it. Mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott, Mayor BS, and Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley gave new insight Monday into the role kids and teenagers are playing in the city's car theft crisis. Auto theft committed by juveniles is up 166% this calendar year, said the mayor. And the mayor is reporting this like he's not responsible for fixing the problem. Scott's comments came during a press conference at the Baltimore City impound lot to announce a new action to address the crime trend. Quote, "There is one major statistic trending in the wrong direction," said Scott. "As of last week, we're experiencing a 227% increase in auto thefts." 227% increase. So we got the young scholars, the older scholars, everybody lumped in. It's a 227% increase in car theft. I don't know about you, but I like my car. I like the ability to get up and go to the grocery store. I live in a food desert, you see. And so I just can't, walk across the street to get, a bag of potato chips. I got to use my car. So it's very important to me. As I would imagine, most people's cars are very important to them, especially if you live in the state of Maryland, where we really don't have ubiquitous public transportation like, say, New York does, right? So most people need their cars to get to work. As of October 28th, Baltimore Police Department data reported 9,313 auto thefts since the beginning of 2023. This is according to Mayor Scott and the Commissioner of Police. Juveniles are often involved in the thefts. If you like your car, you like driving, and don't want to get into any altercations. And look, it's not just nice cars. A lot of times they're stealing these Hyundais and Kias, okay? Little economy cars. You would think, hey, I'm going to go out and buy a nondescript car, something that just blends in. Nobody's going to bother me, right? No, it's got 4 wheels, it's got a steering wheel. You're a prime target, all right? So we got that, okay? What else do we got out there going on? Well, in New York alone, we've got a 64% increase in shoplifting. Okay, so we've gone from San Francisco. Okay, we saw what's happening there, and we've reported extensively on San Francisco. Businesses are leaving in droves. All right, so much so that the progressive mayor, London Breed, is trying to back off of her earlier support for defunding the police. And I don't want to hear anybody talk about, the police are the problem. Listen, if you think that you can have a civil society without cops, then you're probably inclined to criminal activity and you want to see cops exit stage right. Now, if the cops leave, then it's going to be up to you to deter crime at your home and in and around your vehicle when you travel the highways and byways of whatever large city you may live in. Do you want that responsibility? Do you really? Okay. Right now, I can tell you, a lot of people just aren't taking the institution of policing seriously anymore. You can't hire cops. All right. I think that this situation is never, ever going to change. It's going to get worse. And you know what? As it gets worse, law abiding, tax paying citizens will be hurt the worst. So we got a 64% increase in shoplifting in New York, 61% increase in Los Angeles, 44% in Virginia Beach. And people are wondering why Walmarts and Walgreens and CVS's are leaving their areas. People are wondering, oh, why is it that Rite Aid just went bankrupt and they're closing all of these stores? Because when people walking in shoplift, it's not taken care of on insurance. Okay, insurance is oftentimes not covering these shoplifted items. You can't do anything about it because God forbid. You remember that? I can't show it here because YouTube. Remember that thing where the 7-Eleven employees beat the crap out of the guy who was just loading up merchandise and putting it in a big trash bag and he was planning on rolling out? Well, I'll bet you $1 to a donut the 7-Eleven corporation probably, if they still are working there, they may have threatened their franchise, any number of things. Now, what they did was dangerous because the guy could have came back later with 20 of his friends and shot up the place. Who knows? But there's no incentive for the ne'er-do-wells to stop and change their behavior, especially on the shoplifting piece. So again, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens, especially poorer, working poor, inner city residents who sometimes don't have cars, so at least they can't be carjacked, right? But they have to get on a bus or a metro or get an Uber and go someplace outside of the area that's been beset by crime in order to do basic things like go to a pharmacy, okay? The Big Apple saw a 64% increase in reported incidents of retail theft during the 4-year period between mid-2019 and June of 2023, while Los Angeles is experiencing 61% in terms of their surge. So, we're talking about just property crime right now. Now, I do know some of these carjackings have gotten really violent, and people have been hurt. But we've emphasized property crime here today. And what do we always talk about? Asset ownership. Okay, this is your number one asset. You can't afford to be hit upside the head and possibly, seriously injured or worse. Or someone pulls out a firearm and demands money from you or what have you. Okay, got this incident in Baltimore City where a woman was attacked by 2 other women. And they didn't even request anything, the woman said. They just started beating the hell out of her. So, what are we going to see? Well, we're going to see more migration out into areas that are less populated. And that's going to be facilitated by, again, technology that allows people to work remotely. We're also going to see a need or more of simple items like toothpaste. You want to stop in CVS and get yourself a tube of toothpaste on the way from work? No, pretty soon that's going to be Amazon's deal. So, hey, maybe that bodes well for their stock, right? But you walk into some of these places and detergent is literally chained up because theft is so damn rampant. Who wants to live in that environment? So, what do? Understand that this is not reversing, okay? This is going to get worse. Trust me on that. Start looking at areas of the country where those problems are few and far between. Guys, I'll talk to you soon.